Welcome back. Today we will learn about the devastating scheme that could destroy Johnny DiMera and Chanel Dupree DiMera's marriage while simultaneously crushing their dreams of adopting baby Tesoro, and the shocking possibility that Leo Stark orchestrated this entire catastrophe from the very beginning. Leo's strategic investigation unfolds. Leo Stark's determination to protect baby Tesoro from what he perceives as an unsuitable adoptive father has transformed into a comprehensive investigation that threatens to expose Johnny DiMera's most damaging secrets. While Leo publicly expresses support for Chanel as a potential mother, his private reservations about Johnny's character have driven him to employ his investigative journalism expertise in ways that could permanently damage the DiMera marriage. The depth of Leo's attachment to Tesoro during his time at the Hernandez household has created an emotional investment that goes far beyond typical concern, suggesting his actions may be motivated by a desperate desire to maintain his role in the child's life. Leo's investigative approach demonstrates calculated precision as he positions himself to uncover Johnny's most vulnerable secrets, particularly focusing on the professor's new role at Salem University, where inappropriate relationships with students could provide the perfect scandal. The timing of Leo's investigation coincides suspiciously with Johnny's acceptance of the adjunct professorship, raising questions about whether Leo anticipated this opportunity or merely capitalized on it. His ability to sniff out rumors and scandals positions him uniquely to manufacture evidence even when reality falls short of his suspicions. The professor-student scandal emerges. Johnny's transition from filmmaker to Salem University professor creates the perfect storm for a career-ending scandal, particularly given Holly Jonas's enrollment in his film class and their complicated romantic history. The inappropriate nature of any relationship between Johnny and Holly becomes magnified by their previous connection when she harbored teenage feelings for him, creating a foundation of impropriety that Leo could easily exploit. Johnny's vulnerability increases exponentially as he attempts to balance his new academic responsibilities with maintaining appropriate boundaries with a student who may still harbor romantic feelings. The scandal potential deepens when considering Sophia Choi's willingness to manipulate situations for her own agenda, particularly her plan to separate Holly and Tate Black permanently. Sophia's ability to create compromising photographs while Holly sleeps in her dormitory provides Leo with potentially damaging evidence that could be interpreted as proof of Johnny's infidelity, regardless of the actual circumstances. The convergence of Sophia's sabotage plans and Leo's investigation creates multiple layers of deception that could manufacture a scandal even if Johnny maintains complete innocence. Manufacturing evidence and manipulating perceptions. Leo's surveillance tactics become increasingly sophisticated as he positions himself to capture moments that could be misinterpreted as evidence of Johnny's inappropriate relationship with Holly. The investigative journalist's experience in creating compelling narratives from partial truths serves him well as he documents interactions between professor and student that may appear compromising when viewed without proper context. Leo's ability to photograph private moments and selectively present them creates a dangerous situation where innocent academic discussions could be portrayed as romantic encounters. Sophia's contribution to the evidence collection proves crucial as her access to Holly's dormitory allows her to stage photographs that suggest intimacy where none exists. The collaboration between Sophia's manipulation and Leo's documentation creates a powerful combination that could convince even skeptical observers of Johnny's guilt. Leo's willingness to accept anonymous photographs from Sophia demonstrates his commitment to building a case against Johnny, even when the evidence's authenticity remains questionable. The adoption battle intensifies. The competition for Tesoro's adoption between Leo and Javi versus Johnny and Chanel represents more than a simple custody dispute, it embodies Salem's ongoing struggles with redemption and second chances. Leo's past involvement in delivering baby Jude and allowing Sloane to pass him off as Nicole's child creates significant obstacles to his adoption eligibility, yet his determination to secure Tesoro's future drives him to extreme measures. The irony of Leo's questionable past influencing his judgment of Johnny's suitability as a father adds complexity to his motivations and suggests deeper psychological factors at work. Chanel and Johnny's advantages in the adoption process, including Paulina's mayoral influence and their established family connections, become threatened by Leo's systematic documentation of Johnny's alleged misconduct. The couple's criminal history, including Johnny's recent threat against his father at gunpoint and Chanel's willingness to take responsibility for Johnny's assault, provides Leo with additional ammunition against their adoption application. Leo's strategy appears to focus on overwhelming the adoption agency with evidence of Johnny's instability while simultaneously positioning himself and Javi as the more suitable alternative parents. The master plan revealed. Evidence suggests Leo's actions follow a deliberate strategy designed not merely to prevent Johnny's adoption of Tesoro, but to systematically destroy the DiMera marriage through calculated exposure of manufactured scandals. Leo's timing in launching his investigation immediately following Johnny's acceptance of the professor position indicates advanced planning rather than spontaneous concern for Tesoro's welfare. The sophisticated nature of his evidence-gathering operation, including coordination with Sophia's dormitory infiltration, suggests months of preparation and strategic positioning. Leo's psychological manipulation extends beyond simple evidence collection to include emotional warfare designed to create doubt and suspicion within the DiMera marriage. By focusing his investigation on Johnny's potential infidelity rather than other character flaws, Leo targets the most vulnerable aspect of Chanel and Johnny's relationship while simultaneously creating grounds for adoption denial. The calculated nature of this approach suggests Leo's ultimate goal involves not just preventing the adoption, but ensuring the couple's complete destruction as a family unit. Consequences and collateral damage. The revelation of Leo's manufactured scandal threatens to destroy multiple relationships simultaneously, beginning with Chanel's trust in Johnny and extending to their broader family connections within Salem. The public nature of the allegations, particularly given Johnny's position as a university professor, ensures maximum damage to his professional reputation regardless of the scandal's ultimate resolution. Chanel's disappointment and anger upon learning of the alleged infidelity could drive her to make irreversible decisions about their marriage before the truth emerges. The adoption agency's likely response to Leo's evidence presentation threatens to eliminate any possibility of Johnny and Chanel successfully adopting not only Tesoro but any future children. The permanent damage to their adoption prospects creates lasting consequences that extend far beyond the immediate scandal, effectively achieving Leo's goal of preventing their expansion into parenthood. The cascading effects of Leo's scheme demonstrate the calculated cruelty of his approach and the depth of his commitment to achieving his objectives regardless of collateral damage. Leo Stark's investigation represents a masterfully orchestrated campaign of destruction disguised as concern for a child's welfare, designed to simultaneously eliminate his competition for Tesoro's adoption while permanently destroying the DiMera marriage through manufactured scandal and strategic manipulation of evidence. Part 2, Days of Our Lives Spoilers. Monday, September 22nd, Sophia's trap tightens, Holly and Tate teeter on the brink, and Rafe's path crosses with Sarah's as Johnny faces his fears. A gentle overview. Monday's episode brings Salem a day of quiet choices that could lead to loud consequences. A crafty plan by Sophia Choi puts young love under pressure, a father offers steady guidance to his struggling son, and two familiar faces cross paths at just the right time. Meanwhile, Johnny DiMera stands at a crossroads of his own, confronting the kind of worries that can keep a person awake long past midnight. As the week of September 22nd to 26th begins, every small decision looks ready to open a much larger door. Rafe and Sarah's timely meeting. Rafe Hernandez, the steady hand of Salem's law enforcement, has long been known for patience, fairness, and a protective heart. Sarah Horton Kyriakis, a respected doctor with roots in the Horton family and ties to the Kyriakis clan, understands the weight of responsibility and the importance of compassion. When these two meet on Monday, it is not fireworks or flair that make the moment important. It is the quiet sense that experience is meeting experience, and that both Rafe and Sarah are ready to look honestly at what lies ahead. Their conversation may touch on the strains that ripple through town, families trying to hold together, secrets that never stay buried, and the way grief or guilt can push even good people to make poor choices. Rafe, with a detective's eye, sees patterns where others see coincidence. Sarah, with a healer's heart, recognizes pain even when it hides behind a brave face. Together, they bring balance, logic paired with empathy. That balance could matter deeply as tensions rise later in the week. For long-time viewers, this meeting also carries a comforting familiarity. Rafe's voice of reason and Sarah's straightforward warmth provide a reminder that Salem's best hope often comes from its most grounded citizens. Whether they trade updates, share concerns, or lay groundwork for a later decision, their exchange helps anchor the day in calm before the storm. Johnny DiMera's private reckoning. While the town stirs, Johnny DiMera faces himself. As the son of E.J. DiMera and Sammy Brady, Johnny grew up with legacy and expectation. On Monday, his thoughts circle around his worst fears, the kind of worries that can make even strong shoulders feel heavy. He knows the DiMera name can open doors, but it can also drag shadows behind it. He worries about repeating old patterns, letting ambition eclipse kindness, or risking the relationships that mean the most. This is not a moment of dramatic action for Johnny. It is a quiet inventory of the heart. He weighs what it means to love in a family that thrives on power plays, and what it costs to tell the truth in a town where secrets are a form of currency. He considers how quickly trust can slip, and how hard it is to rebuild once it is cracked. Such reflection is not wasted time. It is preparation. The week ahead will demand choices, and Johnny's clarity today may be his strength tomorrow. Sophia's plan, a snare laid with a smile. Sophia Choi enters Monday with a plan that looks polite on the surface but sharp underneath. Her goal is simple: pull Tate Black closer and push Holly Jonas away. The method is trickery, small manipulations that do not look dangerous at first glance, but add up to a trap. She aims to tilt the ground under Holly's feet, cloud her judgment, and sow doubts that make reconciliation with Tate feel impossible. For viewers who remember how quickly youthful romance can become tangled, Sophia's approach will feel familiar. She may pass along a half-truth, present herself as a helper, or create misunderstandings that grow into arguments. A well-timed message, an innocent-seeming suggestion, or a story told just slightly out of order can achieve what a direct attack never could. This is not a frontal assault, it is a carefully arranged stumble. Holly is vulnerable because she cares deeply and reacts quickly. She is also carrying the weight of recent tensions with Tate, which leaves her open to suggestion. Sophia's maneuvering takes advantage of that emotional fatigue. Every nudge widens the distance between two people who still look for each other in a crowded room. Holly and Tate at a turning point. Holly Jonas, daughter of Nicole Walker, has already weathered more heartbreak than most young adults. Tate Black, the son of Brady Black, stands on the other side of the same storm. They love each other, and they know it, but they are paying for missteps that have left bruises on trust. The latest wound involves Tate's attempt to pry adoption information from Sophia. In a moment of desperation, and with poor judgment, he kissed Sophia, hoping to unlock answers. The goal may have been noble. The method was not. Monday brings the aftermath. Holly feels betrayed, and Tate feels the weight of his own actions. This is a classic Salem moment, good intentions tripped by a careless choice. While their bond is not broken, it is weakened. A single mistake does not erase love, but it can make love harder to reach. Complicating matters, Sophia is not finished. If her quiet campaign continues, every step Tate takes toward making amends may be met with a new obstacle. A delayed message here, a twisted detail there, and the fragile bridge between them can wobble again. It takes only a few such tremors to shake apart something already unsteady. Brady Black's steady counsel. Amid the turmoil, Brady Black plays the role of calm, wise father. He knows that young love can be both a blessing and a test. He also knows that regret does not fix a mistake, action does. On Monday, he urges Tate to repair what he can while there is still time to do it. Apologize with honesty. Accept consequences without excuses. Show your heart through consistency, not promises. This is Brady's message, spoken from experience. Brady's guidance may also include a practical path forward. He can help Tate choose the right moment to speak, the right words to say, and the right way to listen. He understands that apologies are not speeches but invitations, to healing, to patience, to trying again. He encourages his son to be brave enough to face Holly's hurt without defensiveness and tender enough to let her set the pace. If Tate follows his father's advice, there is a real chance to steady the ship. If he hesitates, Sophia's scheme could fill the space with fresh confusion. Timing matters, and Monday's window may not stay open long. Sophia's sabotage threatens the week ahead. While Brady builds a path to reconciliation, Sophia quietly unravels it. Her strategy is not to confront but to complicate. By Thursday or Friday, those complications could grow into outright crises. The week of September 22nd to 26th is poised to escalate what Monday begins. A misunderstanding becomes a rumor. A rumor becomes a conflict. A conflict becomes a line in the sand. What makes this arc compelling is not whether Holly and Tate love each other. They do. The question is whether they can protect that love from the pressures around them, jealousy, pride, outside agendas, and the mistakes they cannot take back. The answer will not arrive in a single scene. It will arrive in choices, repeated across days, until a pattern takes shape that either heals or hurts. Why Rafe and Sarah's moment matters now. It may seem, at first glance, that Rafe and Sarah's meeting is separate from the younger set's troubles. In Salem, nothing is ever truly separate. Rafe's instincts often put him at the center of emerging disputes, especially when schemes cross lines that should not be crossed. Sarah's perspective as a doctor and a friend helps her see where pain is hiding and where care is needed. If Sophia's tactics cause harm, direct or indirect, both Rafe and Sarah could become important voices, one for accountability, the other for care. Their calm exchange on Monday sets a tone, measured, thoughtful, unflinching. As emotions rise in other corners of town, that tone will be useful. Salem often survives its storms because a few people hold steady until the winds pass. Johnny's reflection as a warning and a guide. Johnny's private worries, though quiet, serve as a kind of warning for everyone. He understands that fear can push a person to grab for control, and that grabbing for control can break what they meant to save. By naming his fears, loss, betrayal, repeating old patterns, Johnny prepares himself to act with more care. That same clarity is what Holly and Tate need as well. If they can face their fears honestly, they can stop reacting to them and start choosing differently. In a way, Johnny's moment is a mirror. It reflects the simple truth that most trouble in Salem begins with a small choice made in fear, and most healing begins with a small choice made in courage.